All right, I will go back and finish where I left off. I had to, I was interrupted because I had a PCR test that I had to do. All right, so here are the ones that I've rolled, and I'm going to continue my sectioning back towards the center of the head. Take a thin slice. I feel like that's a little too thick to section, and I'm not going to have enough hair. I'm not going to have enough roller space, so I'm going to just slice this again so that I can roll this. All right, smooth it. Have our roller, hold it at the base. We're going to, hold on, I need to pin this hair out of the way. So the hair that you're not working with, just pin it out of the way. That's a good rule of thumb. It'll keep it from, as you're twisting, getting the hair caught up in this roller. I'm gonna put that on my finger. Twist, wrap, twist, wrap, twist, wrap, twist, wrap, twist, wrap. And the very end, I'm just going to kind of, here's the little tail piece that's sticking out right here. You can't really see it, but I'm holding on to it. It's sticking out right here. We can get that with the steam. So I just kind of tuck that under as much as I can. Pin at the base. Or at the bottom, and then take my finger out. Pin at the top. And as you're steaming, this little piece, that's sticking out right here, you can kind of use the steam to kind of shape that into the curl pattern so that it doesn't stick straight. All right, 2 more. I think you guys get the point there. I will say this, if you're working with a lot of hair, a wig that's really, really thick, really dense, you might need to section it where maybe the bottom half of the wig, up until midway, you can let that hang, and all the other hair you twist up and pin up. And you do this row, and then you can drop all of that hair back down, and then you do another row of curls that sit on top of that row, like above that row. So basically they would sit like this. You can do as many rows as you need to do to account for however thick that wig is. This wig is not as thick, so I'm able to, and it's half of it is already styled up because we took half of that hair and plaited it, and that's out of the way. So your roll would sit like this, and if it were super thick, then you would just continue your way up, and you will have a row above that one, and you will just have rollers galore. And I wait until I'm done to steam the entire wig if it's 1 row. But if you end up having a super thick wig, it might be helpful for you. I'm just putting these rollers in here just so you can get the idea of multiple rows. It might be helpful for you to finish 1 row, steam it. Do the next row, steam it. That way the steam goes all the way through and you're hitting each roller. Because if you wait until it's all done and you have a head full of rollers, it might be hard for the steam to get the rollers that are on the very bottom. So if you just start off with a row before you layer rollers, you know, above that next row, above that row when you continue working your way up the wig head. Just steam that row. Get to the next row, steam that row. Get to that way when you get to the top, you know that everything underneath has already been steamed. And that way, if by chance you start to run out of rollers, you can, I don't like to do this, but you can take these rollers down because these will have already been steamed and they will have sat long enough. You can let those go and continue working your way up and using the rollers that you do have to continue finishing the wig. The only thing about that process is you have to be very careful because as you take these rollers out and this hair falls, when the steam hits them from the rollers on top, they will start to melt down, and it will relax that curl pattern. So that's the only thing. So you just have to be careful if you don't have enough rollers. I have plenty of rollers in this box here where I should be able to do this entire wig, or even if the wig were fairly thick, I should be able to finish doing the whole wig without having to steal rollers from a section that we've already curled. So, all right, that's how you roll a beach wave. And I'll take it out. You won't see the curl pattern. It won't be so defined because, like I said, I don't have a steamer in here, so you can't really see the heat reactivating the curl. But I'll take it down just so that you can see how I take them down after it's steamed and the wig is dry. So steam it, let it sit for 45 minutes. After it's done, then you are going to take these rollers out, and I let them kind of fall out on their own. You don't want to disturb the curl pattern, so just kind of let them fall out of the rollers on their own. It's just falling out, like snapping out, just because there's no steam in the wig, so no big deal. And that would be how you style a wig and do beach waves using rollers. Twist, wrap, twist, wrap. Voila.